One of the most important and visible parts of our criminal justice system are our prisons, and of course it's the Department of Corrections that runs those. So today I'm joined by the Department of Corrections Chief Executive Officer, Jeremy Lightfoot. Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on campus today.
Thanks very much, Jared.
Jeremy, cat person or dog person?
Dog.
Any particular reason?
I have a Labrador.
Named?
Monty.
Monty. The job of CEO of the Department of Corrections, is it the hardest job in New Zealand, Jeremy?
I don't think so. I actually think it's a privileged role. We've got a lot of responsibility resting on our shoulders in terms of looking after many people. I think our job is really tasked in making sure that we understand we are looking after people. These people are often highly vulnerable, and how we engage with them has an opportunity to make New Zealand safer. So it's a high level of responsibility, but the prize, the reward and the benefit, I think, for our workforce in helping to make a difference is so significant. So difficult, yes, but rewarding, definitely.
One of the chronic issues that has been facing corrections for quite some time is a burgeoning prison population. Relatively speaking, we are a very incarcerated country. How do you see that as an issue?
Incredibly important for us to engage with, and again view as not something we can solve on our own, but we've got an incredibly important role to play. Wellbeing is a really important focus for us as an organisation, and back in March 2018 we had a prison population at an all-time high of 10,820.
Yeah.
At that point the whole justice system, criminal justice system, recognised this was something that we needed to solve in a way other than just keep on building more and more prisons. And that was probably the most important point of bringing the sector more closely together to see how we could address it together, the problem together. We have adopted a range of different approaches, particularly focused on the on-ramps into the system and the off-ramps out of the system. We've identified good points where we can intervene, and as a result of many of those short, sharp programs working across the sector, we today are looking at a prison population of 9,300. So in effect, we've reduced in 2 years the prison population by just over 1,500. That's a significant achievement. We will continue to make progress, I think, in that area, but we can't afford to rest on our laurels in that regard, because we are in a place within the system where those elements working together, the judiciary, the police, courts and corrections, all need to be working in sync and understanding where the sticking points are.
We would be remiss if we didn't raise the issue of Maori overrepresentation here, of course. I mean, it is arguably one of the biggest issues, not just facing criminal justice, but indeed the country.
Yep.
How do we view this?
Yeah, unacceptably. I mean, I think the overrepresentation of Maori is one of not just our making as an agency, but of wider society. There are things within systems that are driving higher levels of incarceration for Māori. Our response, I think, at the end of the system are what we can do to help shape a different path and potentially highlight where there are some inequities, where there are opportunities to do things differently earlier, and demonstrate the value and the impact that can be had. And I think if we play that role and demonstrate operating differently, and importantly ensuring the voices of and the views of Māori help shape future service delivery, that, I hope, will influence other parts of the system to adapt and change alongside us.
What are the most important things that you think, in your opinion, in Jeremy Lightfoot's opinion, what are the most important things that corrections does to help change lives?
I actually think maybe connect people back to family where there is support, find those points of connection. I also think there's the opportunity for us, perhaps for the first time, to connect those who've been most vulnerable to health, both mental and physical. So I think our role in providing access at that really basic level of stabilising your kind of basic innate human quality is so important. From there you can start to build. If we've got more time and we've been able to do some of the basic help and healing, then we can start to provide skills, education and employment opportunities, and connecting people to purpose and giving them a sense of dignity and future hope. I think those are the things that we can do to motivate them to see that there is a better, positive life.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on to campus today, and thanks so much for talking to me, and absolutely best of luck in the role.
Thanks very much, Jared.
Cheers.
Great to spend some time with you.